Do you sleep in a coffin or something? Why would you let that man sit across from you knowing what he did to that woman? That's a goddamn shame. Why would this company keep this son bitch on? Why is he still on a national radio show? I thought it was Love All Women. Or am I absolutely right that it's pick-me's? And then if it's the motherfucker you go eat lunch with, or if it's the motherfucker you follow on Instagram that you like, because nobody like me, but the motherfucker you like, a punk bitch can brag and dominate a woman and then sit there and talk about it on a goddamn interview, further mentally fucking up this lady because he know his white daddy gonna protect him. But you black women, y'all have been complicit in this shit. This nigga got a lot of famous black women that's his friend. I'm gonna expect you women to unfollow this son of a bitch. Are y'all supporting his behavior? Huh? Are y'all backing this nigga's behavior? Why do Charlamagne the God get a pass for what he did? Because I want that pass too. How the fuck can I get a pass? I would never do something like that. But how the fuck can I be so disgusting and such a piece of shit, and then I can be at the front line acting like I'm somebody peaceful and nice and put together, when all I do is disrespect black men, throw bunkie and penis at them, and act like a weirdo, because the things that he does is not even polite. You don't throw no bunkie at no goddamn grown-ass man. If he did that to a woman, you guys would see the bad behavior in it. Charlamagne the God, your time is ticking, boy. I know these black women. He said the volume too high. I know these black women gonna do what the fuck they supposed to do. I know these black women gonna get you up out of here. I know. iHeartRadio, you motherfuckers are on notice. I'm about to put together a nice little email for your ass, and I might identify today so I can talk to you woman to woman. Yeah, I might motherfucking identify and say, as a woman, I can't see this shit no more. This motherfucker took over a woman. Yeah, motherfucker. Is this the Pick Me show? Or is somebody gonna go kick Charlamagne in his motherfucking ass and drag that abusive son of a bitch out of there? Which one is it? Y'all got a lot to prove today. Y'all got a lot to goddamn prove today. We gonna see if this dumbass bus can see. And y'all fuck with this Geechee, and now I'm telling on your motherfucking ass. And yeah. And I'm gonna make sure I stay in the woods. I ain't gonna be nowhere around you motherfuckers. I got enough diesel. I'm gonna stay home. You motherfuckers better not come nowhere near me. Tell you that right goddamn now. Leave me the fuck alone. I ain't even gonna drive no more. I'm gonna be in the passenger side, and you not getting my motherfucking ID. Motherfucker. I'm gonna have my lawyer on Zoom. Soon as one of you motherfuckers pull me over, I'm not talking to you niggas no more. Cause I know what happened when you expose shit like this. Charlamagne punk ass in there sitting here acting like he a put together man, and he ain't nothing but a motherfucking predator. Who protecting you, boy? Who let you get up there and say anything about another black man like you some bad motherfucker? When you up here bragging on goddamn radio shows about disrespecting black women. I bet you if that was a white woman you was bragging about doing that to, that white man would have kicked you up your ass. But see, iHeartRadio, they okay with you doing that to a black woman. Yeah. They probably bring out extra liquor when you come to the Christmas party. So one of them hoes go to sleep so you can goddamn hump them so they don't know. Punk bitch you. Yeah. You better not be around no more liquor, bitch. You can't control yourself when a girl get drunk. Nasty motherfucker. Sit up there and brag about that. I listened to that shit and I thought about my daughter and I wanted to choke the shit out your nasty ass. And you got a lot of celebrity friends. I need to go on your page and find out who all your motherfucking friends are, boy. We need to find out who the fuck is supporting this nasty shit just because they like you. Bitch, you better get your ass out that desk today, motherfucker. I'm gonna be up in front of that motherfucker with a hashtag got away with it t-shirt, punk. Fuck you getting away with goddamn taking advantage of women and then you running your goddamn mouth. And when you women gonna stand up and get his punk ass up out of there? Y'all got work to do. I'm gonna let you get to it. I expect your resignation in 10 minutes, you punk. Get your goddamn little napkins and whatever else. You probably got little sex toys in there. You and motherfucker, well, whatever. Anyway, you probably got some freaking ass. You get that bunkie that you threw at down there, Rollins. Pick that shit up out that drawer, wrap that shit up, and get your motherfucking ass out of that office, bitch. We don't want you in that goddamn building no more. You don't nobody need to see your bunkie bandit, punk ass, taking advantage of black women ass no more in front of the camera. The boys club is over with. You just been exposed, bitch, and black women gonna stand up. I hope that girl go on live, rally the troops, and them goddamn lawyers, them black lawyers, the same ones that been running and getting everybody else, they need to get your motherfucking ass too, punk. I told y'all they hide in groups. They want to make all these goddamn friends so they can cover up that bad behavior. Yeah, you little nasty bitch, you. Don't nobody better not let their daughter around you. Shit. Especially not with a club soda or nothing with a fizz in it. You nasty bastard. Talking about dropping Spanish fly in girls' drink, waiting on them to get drunk. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? And them white boys let you put that shit on the radio. But y'all wanna run in the street talking about Black Lives Matter, but you let this motherfucking nasty violator of black women on your motherfucking show and pay them double the salary. Nasty motherfucker. But then you come out and call me crazy because I'm making sense. I guess I'm supposed to be a violator like you, then I wouldn't be crazy, huh, bitch? That's all you nasty motherfuckers do. Fake like you important and have your little secret shit together. Take advantage of motherfuckers. Now the world know. If they go into the wrong room with some of you nasty motherfuckers, black women, just know. If y'all don't kick this nigga in the ass, it could be your turn. And then you could be with somebody that turn their head on your motherfucking ass. Make an example that he can't goddamn do that to no fucking woman. Give that girl some peace and kick this nigga drawers in his ass. Fuck wrong with y'all.
Listen, I don't want that man's money. I don't want nothing from him. I just want people to know who he really is. He's a liar. I have been dealing with this for over 15 years. My life has never been the same since that night. My relationships with my family and my friends have suffered because of it. Mentally, I suffer. Emotionally, I suffer. So I don't want nothing from him. I don't want to speak to him, and I don't want to seem angry, but there is still a part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I first met him, he expressed that he liked me in that way. But I told him, no, we could just be friends. And that was that. Those were not the dynamics of our relationship. We were just friends. Me, and I trusted him. And when I got there, I felt a little uneasy because there was just so many people there that I didn't know. It was really more guys than girls. It was me, Malika, and maybe
Charlamagne. He made Malika a drink. Did he make a drink for you as well?
He made both of us a drink, yes. So I put my drink down about maybe 10, 15 minutes after trying to help her and clean her up. I got up because I just wasn't feeling right. My head was just dizzy and I just felt funny. I could see and I could hear, but I just didn't feel like myself.
Right.
So I got up, and when I got up, it's like I collapsed to the floor. Like I couldn't really move my legs or anything. It was weird.
Okay.
So I didn't.
Okay, so Charlamagne took a plea with regards to this case, and it's behind him. You spoke about Charlamagne being on top of you. Is that your official statement, that Charlamagne was on top of you, penetrating you?
Yes.
So, let's get into this video. Oh boy. I invited her to the party since she was at the party and shit. Wait a minute, so you mean to tell me, and I'm sorry to keep pausing it, you're going to hear and see a lot of that, but I just need y'all to feel where I'm coming from. 15-year-old girl. He is a 22, 23-year-old grown man inviting a 15-year-old girl that he knew through his dude, as he said, to his party? Come on now. Stop it. You got plans.
He got drunk, high, whatever. Something happened in the room with a couple of my dudes.
Not just one, not just two, but a couple of my dudes. Something happened in the room with a couple of my dudes. So you knew something was going down. You knew something was happening in a room with a 15-year-old girl, a minor.
I'm going to get back to that in a second, New York. What's going on? So, over the past week, or a couple days, I should say, Kwame Brown, right? Kwame Brown and a radio personality has been having, some exchanges. I believe Kwame Brown is a former NBA player, and I don't know how him and the radio personality, I don't even know how that exchange started to happen, but I know there was a lot of tension with Kwame Brown all week. He was being very opinionated, and somewhere him and this radio personality, they had words or they clashed. So Kwame Brown has brought up a situation that has been going on for a while now, I believe. And just to say, I'm going to be we're going to be so fair, we're going to be very fair today, because I'm going to discuss this. I'm going to play some music. I'm going to discuss this. What I'm going to be fair about is I think Kwame Brown was being a little aggressive, and his energy was, I gotta be honest, maybe coming off a little hateful. I don't want to, I want to take hate out of the situation today, because any radio personality that has a strong opinion is going to receive hate. And I want to remove that today, because that's not what this is about. So, I'm going to play some music, but I'm also going to play some audio in a little while. And there's some audio of Jessica Reid, right? So New York City, Jessica Reid is a young lady that she had a situation and she had this radio personality arrested. And this is a while ago, but this is what Kwame has brought up. Kwame Brown has brought up this situation of this radio personality that got arrested a while back, and I believe, I want to get this right, I believe it was for willfully, unlawfully, feloniously engaging in penile and vaginal intercourse with a 15-year-old female child. I think that I don't want to say I think. That's according to, I think it's Black Sports Online, that's what he got arrested for, but he pleaded guilty to contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Okay, that's what he ended up pleading guilty to. Now, I want to keep this super neutral for a second. That's the situation, and those are facts, and we're going to give facts. And this isn't up to me to decide today. I'm going to play some audio in a little while that I want you guys to decide on how you feel about the audio. And then I'm going to give my opinion, which is just my opinion, at the end of the audio. So, I believe Jessica Reid did an interview with Star from Star and Buck Wild, so I'm going to play that audio in a second, not right now. And then, so you gather people near this operation, because I'm going to play some audio that you've never heard before. I just want to see how you guys look at it. I want your opinion, and I'll give my opinion. So, Jessica Reid had an interview with Star from Star and Buck Wild. And I think what moved me to bring this to the forefront today, because that interview is actually old, someone sent me audio and footage of Jessica Reid's mom, and her name is Jocelyn Sullivan. And I believe Jessica Reid is originally from Brooklyn, and she moved out to South Carolina. And we're going to be fair because, you know, it's important to be fair. For some reason, I'm not going to lie to you, I think the mom touched something inside of me that kind of didn't make me feel good about staying home and not talking about it. But I am going to talk about it, and I am going to play the audio. And I want to say something to you, New York. I consider this radio personality, he's on my side of the fence. When I say my side of the fence, comes from what I come from, and kind of does what I do. You know, I just felt it was something that needs to be talked about. And I didn't think it was something I just wanted to just blurt out my opinion. I'm going to play the audio in a little while, and you guys decide. And you can let people know and situate them. I'm going to play some audio. I'm going to come back with the audio from Jessica Reid, and she did an interview with Star, and then I'm going to play the audio of her mom, and then we'll take it from there. 1-800-223-9797 at FunkFlex. Kwame Brown put a light, man, but ooh. Okay, so let's play some music and we'll get to it. Let's go. Hot 97. Oh! It's Hot 97, FunkFlex. So like I told you, I guess this subject has surfaced again because of Kwame Brown, who was being aggressive. And I must tell you, New York, somebody should give this guy Kwame Brown a podcast. He should dial this down a little bit because he was definitely super aggressive. And I think people were really, I think they were really going at him, but he seemed to have defended himself pretty well. So through Kwame Brown, the situation with this radio personality has surfaced to the top again. And like I told you, it's something I knew about before. I never really, or I should say, I didn't know of the mother's statement in audio and video. But what I'm going to play for you, and like I told you, we keep an open minds here. I will play the audio, and then we'll see, we'll give our opinions. So, first, this is, let me make sure I got this right. This is Jessica Reid when she was being interviewed by Star from Star and Buck Wild. Okay.
Listen, I don't want that man's money.
Okay, sorry, I started wrong. Let me start from the top. Okay, let's go.
Listen, I don't want that man's money. I don't want nothing from him. I just want people to know who he really is. He's a liar. I have been dealing with this for over 15 years. My life has never been the same since that night. My relationships with my family and my friends have suffered because of it. Mentally, I suffer. Emotionally, I suffer. So I don't want nothing from him. I don't want to speak to him, and I don't want to seem angry, but there is still a part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I first met him, he expressed that he liked me in that way. But I told him, no, we could just be friends. And that was that. Those were not the dynamics of our relationship. We were just friends. Me and I trusted him. And when I got there, I felt a little uneasy because there was just so many people there that I didn't know. It was really more guys than girls. It was me, Malika, and maybe...
He made Malika a drink? Did he make a drink for you as well?
He made both of us a drink, yes. So I put my drink down about maybe 10, 15 minutes after trying to help her and clean her up. I got up because I just wasn't feeling right. My head was just dizzy, and I just felt funny. I could see and I could hear, but I just didn't feel like myself.
Right.
So I got up, and when I got up, it's like I collapsed to the floor. Like I couldn't really move my legs or anything. It was weird.
Okay.
So I never.
Okay, so took a plea with regards to this case, and it's behind him. You spoke about being on top of you. Is that your official statement, that was on top of you, penetrating you?
Yeah.
So that was Jessica Reid and being interviewed by Star, and that part I knew and heard, and I think the mom's testimony maybe felt maybe it was a reason to bring it to light, and I'm going to play that. I'm going to play the mom's testimony, or I don't want, those are wrong words. I'm going to play what her mom feels about the situation. I don't want to lead people in any type of a wrong direction. I'm going to play, her mother's name is Jocelyn Sullivan, and this is what her mom had to say.
My name is Jocelyn Sullivan, and I am the mother of Jessica Nicole Reid. We're out here in Mounts Corner, just left the Berkeley County Sheriff's Department, speaking with detectives. The case of my daughter, Jessica Reid. I have regrets in which I am very sorry about, because when my daughter was drugged and raped, I wanted to do nothing but protect her. I didn't want her to suffer anymore. I didn't want her to feel that pain anymore. And so I did not let her testify. And because of that, today we are finding out that Mr. is going to get away with what he did to my daughter, Jessica, and this family. For all these years, we've been suffering, going through pain and anguish over his decisions. Molest my daughter, rape her. And now she has to deal with this, and we have to deal with this. And I'm so sorry that I didn't take the initiative then to persecute him for what he did to my daughter. I'm sorry. He came to our home and he acted as if he was going to be a friend to us. He came to us and said, "Don't worry, nothing's going to happen to her, and I'll make sure that she'll be safe." He eluded us to believe and trust in him. And then he turns around and violates my daughter by raping and drugging her. And then he gets away with it. When I made the decision not for my daughter to testify, I was focused on her well-being, and I wanted the best for her. I didn't want to put her in the stand to relive all of that pain and suffering. And now, 17 years later, because he continues to make mockery about it, joke and laugh about it, like it doesn't even matter to him, or he has no regrets or anything. Then he tries to cover it up with his money and his high-class attorneys. And now, he's not going to be punished for it. Justice is not fair, and we will not stop fighting. We will fight for justice and closure for my daughter Jessica and this family. According to the detectives, because he negotiated a plea deal, he cannot be prosecuted for the rape charge. So what they did was just dismiss it. They didn't even prosecute the rape charge because my daughter wasn't there. And so they let him plead. DNA did not clear him innocent. DNA has nothing to do with it at all. He's guilty no matter what anyone says. 17 years later, she's still suffering from it. We're still suffering with her from it. And justice needs to be served regardless. He deserves to be punished for what he did.
So prior to this New York, I played Jessica Reid's interview with Star, and that was what we just played was Jessica Reid's mom, Jocelyn Sullivan. Now, you can watch all the things online, or and come to your own conclusion. So New York City, I'm going to take time right now and give my opinion. In listening to that mother's vocal and audio, you, Mr. Radio Personality, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you didn't know anyone. I don't believe you. But what I am going to say is, New York, Jersey, Connecticut, I wouldn't condemn somebody. A situation can happen. Something can happen. Things happen. And I'm not just saying things happen loosely and generically. I'm just saying maybe a mistake was made early on in life. And I get it. I don't like it. I don't understand it. Right? So this situation happens. It's a bigger charge. You plead out to a lesser case. You're young. I get it. The part I'm going to share with you, New York, because I'm going to tell you something. I really don't need to say your name because I'm going to tell you why. I don't care if everyone knows. I want you to know. Where this goes left is you continuously, let me turn the music down. This goes left because you continuously stand on that podcast and stand every time you get to try to normalize. You try to normalize it every chance that you get, that it's okay to put pills in a woman's drink. You talk about it all the time, that it's okay, or it happens, or because you're young, to put drugs in a woman's drink and have sex with her while she's incoherent. You talk about it all the time. That's what makes you a nasty creep. Not because of the situation you had, because I'm going to tell you something. I wasn't there, and I don't know what happened. But every chance you get, New York, this guy stood on a podcast, and he talked about spring break and meeting a young lady, putting something in her drink, and then having sex with her when she was incoherent, laughing about it. That's bruh, nobody wants you to get fired or to lose your situation. Nobody's like, man, the fact that you try to normalize that's okay, that's good, like it's things that men do. That's not what men do. That's what you do. You do it. I'm going to tell you the most terrible thing about you, bruh. Because I watch you on that podcast. And you sit next to a guy. That guy you sit next to on your podcast doesn't care about our culture. He doesn't care about your culture. But you sit there and you laugh with him about raping women. You think it's funny. You know what else is funny, my brother? Because I'm staying on my stone today of where I'm at. And I'm going to tell you where I'm at. I am not at what you did 20 years ago. I'm at what you did in the last couple years and how you talk about it and how you say about it. You piece of... You tweeted that R. Kelly, that sex video, was one of the greatest celebrity videos you've ever watched. That video was with a 14-year-old. But you thought it was a great video. You tell on yourself constantly you're a weirdo. I don't care if nobody else checks you. I'ma check you. You're nasty and you're a weirdo. And you always want to talk on a podcast about taking advantage of women when they're unconscious. What type of dude are you? Why is that cool to you? Why is that cool as you stand next to that clown, that guy that doesn't care about our culture and continuously talk about raping women? You always use the word rape, how you raped your wife. You love to use that word, bro. You get mad at Kwame Brown for using it. You use it. You use the word. You don't think it's funny, my brother? I don't care about saying your name. Let me tell you something. I don't care about cease and desist. You know why? You want to send out cease and desist to people because you want the clarification of what you did said properly. The fact that you don't see that's bananas, I'm not sure if it's the people around you or if you want to continue. Maybe you want to continue being who you are. For some reason, your name is being said with a 15-year-old. I'm not sure why that's happening. You refer to your dudes. Every girl that has a problem, it's the dudes around you. The dudes are with the girl. My dudes. You say it's your dudes. I don't understand that part, bruh. That's the part that people aren't really grasping. That's why people keep hammering you. It's not for what you did 20 years ago. You can be sorry for that. It's the way you're moving forward, bro. Let me tell you something. You said that the R. Kelly video is the greatest video you've ever seen. You tweeted that. And you know how that came out? Because you had the nerve to go on an R. Kelly documentary to talk about a pedophile. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. You! Is it okay if R. Kelly is in the video with your kids? Is it still a great video? You nasty. Is that a good video? Is it? You don't have to answer. I'm going to tell you honestly, it's better you don't. You shouldn't. You should never, ever answer this. You should always keep a cease and desist, and you should never, ever talk about it. Because we already know what you are. You are one of them slimy, greasy dudes that used to be in our neighborhood that don't talk much, that likes to put medication in women's drinks and get on top of them. That's you. We know what you are. I know what you are. I do not care if I ever say your name. I want you to know that I know what you are. Bruh, you. You're nasty and you're disgusting. And you like to joke about, it's the podcasting that takes me to a bad place. It's your joking about it that takes me to that place. And the other places, nobody checks you. Nasty. I'm checking you. Nobody doesn't respect your accomplishments and what you do and what you stand for. You should have your opinion. You worked hard for it. Don't confuse popularity with doing whatever you feel you can do. You hear the emphasis in that mother's voice. You watched it. You know how I know you watch it. You know everything that people are saying because you send out the cease and desist. Cease and desist means you're lying. You do not want people to discuss the subject. And guess what? You're right. Maybe people shouldn't, and they shouldn't hurt your brand. And there's a part of that I see, and I agree with you. What makes you a creep, what makes you a nasty creep is you keep making jokes and how funny it is for a woman to get raped while she has drugs in her and not being able to remember. That's the part, you creep. You nasty creep. That's the part people are saying they can't stand about you. Nasty. I wish that would happen to my daughter. Spit in your face. You talk about another man's family with Kwame Brown. And guess what? I guess it's journalism. And I guess you should be able to say what you want to say. He calls you a rapist. You send him a cease and desist. Guess what? Why don't we just call you contributing to the delinquency of a minor that's 15 years old? Does that feel better? Does that make you sleep better at night? Nasty. It does, right? Makes you feel better about yourself? Because guess what, my brother? No cease and desist will help your guilt. And ain't gonna make you sleep better at night. You just pulled the wool over more people's eyes. Congratulations to you. If that's what you want out of life, sir, you have won. And my brother, I know you get it a little extra hard because there's people who hate you. And there are a lot of things that are being said about you that aren't true. Because we're going to keep it 1,000. And I know situations happen. My brother, you sound like you cop to what you cop to, and you're paying, you're on probation, whatever you're doing. It's none of my business. But the fact that you keep trying to normalize, that's the part taking everybody to a bad place, you nasty. You're so nasty. That's the part. You sit next to people. You sit with academics. You sit with that nasty guy with you on your podcast that doesn't care about our culture, and you just laugh about chicks getting raped. Because as he's laughing, I'd like to punch him in his face. Because I want you to let me in on the joke. Let us in on the joke. Let us in on the joke about putting pills in a woman's drink and having sex with her and she's incoherent. Because I'm going to tell you something, my brother, and then I'm going to end this. You seem to look up to R. Kelly and his sex tape with the 14-year-old. You and your wife, I guess that's what you do. You like to have sex with people when they're incoherent. You did it on spring break. And you expect us to believe. You describe yourself like that. You say that's what you do. But you want us to believe this one girl, Jessica Reid, you didn't do that. It was your boys. You're a liar. Keep sending out your cease and desist. You're doing the right thing, buddy. Send one now. I'm here. Send one out. Send it out. Hey, this is what they've been waiting for?
You ready?
Now, I've been called a lot in my 23 years, but Donkey of the Day is a new one.
Donkey of the Day for Monday, May 24th goes to me, Leonard McKelvey. Contrary to popular belief, this is not the first time I've given myself Donkey of the Day because Donkey of the Day does not discriminate. I mean, I may be kind of biased towards certain people, but I don't have any bias when it comes to myself. If I'm wrong, if something I do or say doesn't sit right with my spirit, I have to apologize and do better moving forward, and that's what I'm about to do right now. I want to apologize to Kwame Brown and Kwame Brown's family. I want to apologize to his father, Bill Brown, and the family of his father. See, last week on this radio, in my attempt to defend a Charleston, South Carolina-born brother like myself, I revealed too much information about that man's family. And even though all that stuff is public record, some things just don't need to be said on the radio, and they definitely don't need to be said by me. When I look back, on the way I communicated that, I communicated it all wrong. And I unintentionally triggered trauma in a lot of folks I grew up with who I genuinely love. I'm sure I caused a lot of pain for not only Kwame Brown, but for his family, especially his family in my hometown of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. You know how I know? Because I spoke to a few of them. I've been on the phone this weekend with mothers of children and their children. Salute to Shaliba and her daughter, Brianda. I was on the phone with sisters like Wallette. Salute to Wallette. Oh, she cursed me out good. And, I was apologizing for triggering them, causing them pain, because I was casually discussing their family's trauma, man. And that's something that I have to stop doing. That's something that we all have to stop doing. I was talking to my Sacred Purpose coach, Yadi Alba, this weekend. She's like a spiritual therapist. I have her and my clinical therapist, and that's what we were talking about, how we casually discuss each other's traumas. I didn't even think about when I spoke on, Kwame and his family, how many people were impacted by those things I was speaking on. I mean, that's generational. Okay, I caused pain and unintentionally poked at people's wounds, okay, wounds that will probably never heal. And I can't take back those words, but I can apologize. I think oftentimes we, meaning black people, we fight each other with our demons, whether true or false, whatever is the worst thing we know about a person or think we know about a person, we default to that, and that was not my intention. I was not in any way, shape, or form trying to paint Kwame in a negative light, okay? That black man is not my op. He wasn't my op when I said it. In my mind, I'm defending that man, but I should have been defending him as Leonard Charlamagne the God McKelvey, the professional, and not Leonard Larry, whatever you want to call me, from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, talking like I'm home in the town on why I believe they need to leave Kwame Brown alone. That was whack, because the conversation didn't even have to go there. The conversation should have been about basketball. Yes, leave Kwame Brown alone because he achieved a goal and a dream that 1.3% of NCAA seniors will achieve, and 0.03% of high school seniors. You know how small a number that is? And, that's just simply being drafted in the NBA. If you play 13 seasons and make $65 million, you're a success, okay? If you work 13 years anywhere and make that kind of money, you're a success. So salute to that man. The only expectations we have to live up to is our own. That's why I always say success is subjective, okay? My views of success may be different than yours. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. But we didn't even get into that conversation because my mind automatically went to something that it didn't even have to go to. In doing that, I unintentionally caused trauma. And since I unintentionally caused trauma, I have to be intentional about causing healing. I'm not about to sit around and have beef with another black man for nothing. Trust me, as y'all know, I have a lot of real enemies who are gunning for me every day. Kwame Brown is not going to be one of them, okay? I totally understand why Kwame Brown was upset at me. I went low. That wasn't my intention. But in hindsight, it was low. And Kwame took it to the floor with me. And y'all be online so excited, ready to see black people go back and forth and tear each other down. I'm not doing that. I'm not going back and forth if I feel like I wronged somebody. I'm going to apologize. That's what I think a good man does. A good man apologizes for the mistakes, that he made. But a great man corrects them. Hopefully, I get the opportunity to do that one day. But for now, I just apologize. And I'm not beefing with a black man who's born where I was born and has family where I'm from. There's nothing on this planet that I love more than God, my family, and Moncks Corner, South Carolina, the whole low country, the 843. Drop on the clues bomb for the 843, okay? So when I say I sincerely apologize to Kwame Brown and his family and the family of Bill Brown and Moncks Corner, I mean that. Only thing I'm responsible for is my energy in recognizing my own insanity. And Eckhart Tolle once said, to recognize one's own insanity is, of course, the arising of sanity, the beginning of healing and transcendence. I truly believe if trauma can be passed down through generations, then so can healing. Me, Leonard McKelvey, I have never claimed to be perfect. In fact, I'm far from it. I'm not going to always get it right. The same things people listen to me for is the same things they hate me for because I talk too much. I overshare. I overshare about myself. I overshare about others, and that has historically got me in trouble. But we are all works in progress, and one of the most healing things you can do is recognize where in your life you are your own poison. And last week I was poisoned to Kwame Brown, Bill Brown, and their families. For that, I sincerely apologize. Please let Remy Ma give me, Leonard McKelvey, Charlamagne the God, the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Yes, indeed. Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.